Pickup trucks are supposed to be tough, reliable, and built to last, but some did the exact opposite. In this video, we revealed 10 trucks that failed so badly they wrecked customer trust and tarnished brand reputations. One model had engines failing before 60,000 miles and left the automaker scrambling. Number 10. 2006 Subaru Baja. Kicking off our list is a truck that failed not because of major mechanical issues, but because it was a huge brand misstep. The Subaru Baja was a quirky, car-based pickup built on the popular Outback platform. With a starting MSRP of $24,520 when new, it came with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine making a modest 165 horsepower and 166 pound-foot of torque. The idea was a fun lifestyle vehicle that blended car comfort with truck utility. The reality, it was a confused product that didn't do either job particularly well. Its pickup bed was comically small at just over 41 inches long, making it useless for serious hauling. It just couldn't compete with real compact trucks like the Ford Ranger. On top of that, it was expensive, costing a lot more than an Outback while offering less practicality. The result was a complete sales disaster. Subaru hoped to sell 24,000 Bajas a year, but only sold around 30,000 units over its entire 4-year run. The Baja became a cautionary tale about brand identity and is often seen as one of the reasons Subaru has been hesitant to re-enter the pickup market. It left behind a legacy on a mocked and unloved failure. But while the Baja was a brand misstep, our next truck was a straight-up engineering failure from one of the biggest names in the business. Number 9. 2008 Chevrolet Colorado GMC Canyon. In the mid-2000s, GM desperately needed a solid competitor in the mid-sized truck world. What they gave us with the 2008 Chevy Colorado and its twin, the GMC Canyon, was a lesson in disappointment. Starting at $15,770 for a base work truck, these trucks offered either a 2.9-liter inline four-cylinder, producing 185 horsepower and 190 pound-feet of torque, or a 3.7-liter inline 5-cylinder engine making 242 horsepower and 242 pound-feet of torque. These trucks were known for a whole list of problems, but the most notorious were engine and electrical failures. Owners reported one issue after another, from faulty sensors to complete electrical shutdowns that would randomly kill the gauges and power steering. The engines, especially the inline 5-cylinder, were criticized for being underpowered and unreliable, with many drivers experiencing a noticeable shudder and other major headaches. The damage to GM's reputation was significant. While competitors were building trust, the Colorado and Canyon were building a reputation for being unreliable and expensive to own. This poor showing allowed rivals to grab a larger piece of the mid-size market, a blow that took GM's mid-size truck reputation years to recover from. GM's failure left a gap in the market, but our next truck shows that even a brand new, highly anticipated launch from a legendary name can be a reliability nightmare right out of the gate. Number 8. 2020 Jeep Gladiator. When Jeep announced the Gladiator, the hype was real. A pickup with the legendary off-road chops of a Wrangler? It sounded like a guaranteed home run. With a starting MSRP of about $33,545, it boasted a 3.6-liter V6 engine that produces 285 horsepower and 260 lb-ft of torque, with a towing capacity of up to 7,650 pounds. But while the Gladiator is an absolute beast on the trail, its on-road reliability has been a black eye for the Jeep brand. The 2020 model in particular has been dogged by serious problems. Owners have reported widespread transmission issues, including rough shifting, lurching, and even total failure. Electrical gremlins are another frequent complaint, with dashboards lighting up like a Christmas tree, power steering failing, and trucks refusing to shift out of park. These aren't small annoyances. They're fundamental failures that undermine the truck's daily usability. For a brand built on go-anywhere ruggedness, These quality control issues were incredibly damaging. Despite strong sales, the persistent reliability problems with early models have been a blemish on what should have been a triumphant return to the truck market for Jeep. While the Gladiator struggled with on-road reliability, a number 7 spot goes to a heavy-duty beast that had a flaw so terrifying it could cause a complete loss of control. Number 7. 2006 Dodge Ram 2500/3500. In the heavy-duty truck world, durability is everything. But the 2006 Dodge Ram 2500 and 3500 models failed that test in spectacular fashion. While the optional 5.9-liter Cummins diesel engines were generally solid, producing 325 horsepower and 610 pound-feet of torque, the truck built around them was a different story entirely. The original MSRP for a base ST model was $25,535. These Rams were infamous for a weak front suspension that led to the dreaded death wobble, a violent shaking of the front end that could cause a complete loss of control. On top of that terrifying flaw, the transmissions were prone to failure, and other drivetrain components wore out way too early, leading to sky-high repair bills. Many owners reported spending thousands on major repairs for trucks with well under 100,000 miles. While these problems were severe, they weren't the sole reason for a major company change. In 2009, Dodge and Ram were split into 2 separate brands, as part of a larger business strategy to let Ram focus entirely on trucks and Dodge on performance cars. Still, the legacy of the 2006 models was one of unreliability, a reputation that the new independent Ram brand had to work hard to overcome. Dodge's heavy-duty trucks had a terrifying flaw, but just a few years later, the newly formed Ram brand stumbled badly with its flagship light-duty truck, plagued by a critical engine defect. Number 6. 2013 Ram 1500. Just a few years after becoming its own brand, Ram stumbled badly with the 2013 Ram 1500. With a starting US MSRP of $23,585, this truck was meant to solidify Ram's spot as a true competitor to Ford and Chevy, but early models were filled with defects. The new 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, a key part of their fuel efficiency strategy, produced 305 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque, but was plagued by cylinder head failures right from the start. Owners reported a ticking sound from the engine, which was often the first sign of a catastrophic failure. The 5.7-liter Hemi V8s weren't perfect either, with 395 horsepower and 407 pound-feet of torque, but reports of lifter failures that could destroy the engine. Beyond the engine troubles, the truck also had issues with its fuel and four-wheel drive systems. The 2013 model earned a dismal reliability score from Consumer Reports, a disastrous start for the new brand that hurt both sales and its mission to be seen as a truly reliable alternative to the old guard. We're about to crack into our top 5, and this is where the stories get even more shocking, with brand betrayals that are still making headlines today. These are the trucks that didn't just have problems, they represented a fundamental break in trust between a company and its customers. Before we get there, let us know in the comments which truck you think has been the biggest disaster in automotive history. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, hit like button and subscribe for more content that gets to the truth behind the marketing. Number 5. 2001 Toyota Tundra. For decades, Toyota's reputation was built on one word: reliability. That's what made the 2001 Tundra scandal so devastating. With a base MSRP starting at $15,605 for a regular cab, the truck offered a 4.7-liter V8 engine option that produced 245 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of torque. Mechanically, the truck itself was sound, but its very bones were rotting from the inside out. Early Tundra models particularly from 2000 to 2003, suffered from catastrophic frame rust. The frames, which were supplied by Dana Corporation, didn't have enough corrosion resistance. In states with harsh winters, road salt would eat through the steel, causing frames to get so rusty that spare tires would fall off, brake lines would rupture, and the truck's entire structure would be compromised. The fallout was immense. Toyota was forced into a massive recall and a costly frame replacement program, ultimately extending the warranty and buying back thousands of trucks to avoid further legal trouble. While Toyota's reputation has since recovered, the rusty frame scandal was a deep and embarrassing stain on its otherwise spotless record for durability. Toyota's rust issue was a stain on their reputation for durability, but our next truck, from the undisputed king of pickups, proves that even the most advanced technology can be a massive black eye. Number 4. 2021 Ford F-150 Hybrid. When Ford, the undisputed king of trucks, introduced the F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid, it was hailed as the future. It promised V8 power with great fuel economy. The hybrid system combined a twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6 with a 47-horsepower electric motor to produce a massive 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. But for early buyers of this truck, with prices for the hybrid option ranging from an additional $2,500 to $4,495 depending on trim, the reality was a technological nightmare. The 2021 F-150 Hybrid earned a shockingly low reliability score from Consumer Reports. The complex hybrid system was the main culprit, with owners reporting frequent failures of the transmission and drive system. The truck was also plagued by body integrity issues and a host of electrical gremlins that Ford struggled to fix with software updates. For Ford, this was a major black eye. The F-150 is the cornerstone of its brand and its profits. To launch a flagship technology that turned out to be so unreliable was a huge blow to consumer trust. It raised serious questions about Ford's quality control as it races into the even more complex world of fully electric vehicles. Ford's hybrid headache was a major blow. But our number 3 truck was such a consistent failure that its parent company decided to pull the plug on it entirely. Number 3. 2023 Nissan Titan. The Nissan Titan was always an underdog, fighting for a slice of a market dominated by the American Big Three. With a starting MSRP of $36,190 for the 2020 King Cab S, its standard 5.6-liter V8 engine delivered 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. But instead of winning over buyers, its final years were marked by such poor quality that it ultimately led to the truck's cancellation. Recent Titan models earned extremely low reliability ratings. The optional Cummins diesel engine offered in previous years was a particular point of failure, but the problems didn't stop there. Owners of the 2020-2023 models reported major engine and transmission failures, endless electrical issues, and unresolved recalls. The Titan just couldn't compete. Sales dropped, and the truck's reputation for poor quality became a self-fulfilling prophecy. In 2023, Nissan officially announced it was discontinuing the Titan, a significant retreat from the American full-size truck market. It was a quiet end for a truck that failed to deliver and cost Nissan its place at the table. The Titan faded away quietly, but our number 2 spot goes to a truck that launched with a deafening bang and has been a public relations disaster ever since. Number 2. 2025 Tesla Cybertruck. Perhaps no truck in history has launched with more hype and controversy than the Tesla Cybertruck. It was promised as a revolutionary vehicle, an exoskeleton of stainless steel that would redefine the pickup. With prices starting at $82,235 for the all-wheel drive model, which boasts a dual-motor setup, producing a combined 600 horsepower. The reality has been a public relations disaster, defined by recalls, design flaws, and broken promises. Within its first year, the Cybertruck has been recalled multiple times for a shocking list of failures. A major recall was issued for exterior trim panels that could detach while driving at highway speeds. Other recalls have targeted stuck accelerator pedals, and there are widespread reports of failing windshield wipers and suspension issues. This is on top of complaints about body panels that allegedly rust despite being stainless steel. The fallout has been a major blow to Tesla's reputation as an engineering powerhouse. The Cybertruck's endless problems have created a tidal wave of negative press, raising doubts about the company's ability to build a durable, reliable truck. It's a powerful example of how bold promises and radical design can't make up for fundamental quality failures. The Cybertruck's problems were almost expected, given its radical design. But our number one spot is reserved for the biggest betrayal in modern truck history. A legendary brand that destroyed its own reputation.
There we go. There's 60.
To number one, 2025 Toyota Tundra, the truck that represents the biggest betrayal of a brand's core promise in modern history. The current generation Toyota Tundra. With a starting price of $35,950 for the 2022 SR model, Toyota spent over a decade building hype for this truck, promising it would carry the torch of legendary reliability. They replaced the beloved bulletproof V8 with a new twin-turbo V6, assuring customers it was superior in every way. This new I-Force engine produces up to 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque in most trims. Yeah, they were wrong. The 2022 to 2025 Tundras have been plagued by catastrophic engine failures. The problem comes from machining debris left inside the engines during manufacturing, which can lead to a complete loss of power. Toyota has been forced to recall over 100,000 trucks to replace their entire engines, an unprecedented failure for the brand. On top of the engine crisis, these trucks have suffered from failing turbochargers, faulty electronics, and numerous other recalls. This isn't just a bad truck, it's an erosion of the very foundation of the Toyota brand. Customers who paid a premium for the peace of mind that comes with the Toyota badge have been left with one of the least reliable trucks in this segment. It's a shocking failure that has damaged decades of consumer trust and serves as a stark reminder that even the most respected brands can fall, and fall hard. It proves that a reputation is hard-earned, but easily ruined. After all those pickup disasters, how about something that actually over-delivers? In our previous video, 10 best sports cars under $80K that outperform supercars, we reveal affordable beasts that leave exotic cars in the dust. One of them even pushes 650 horsepower without the supercar price tag. Tap the link on screen or in the description. You don't want to miss this performance-packed list.